parked at Upper Burbage. I was going to try and get 28 miles done by the end of the year, just to round me mileage up. I think I'm at 372 for this year. So I try and nick it over 400 if I can. So I'm just trying to get out and about a few. So I've got about 6 or 7 miles today in theory. So I parked at Burbage, top of Burbage Rocks. But say more mileage I do today gives me a few less to do before end of year kind of thing. So we'll see how we go. A nice reasonable day, a little bit cool and a little bit blowy, but nothing too dramatic. But middle of December. We had the snows a couple of weeks ago, but that's all gone again now. So that's that, just a mud fest most of the way around, I guess. Looking at what we've seen at the minute. And we're going, as I say, down here on Burbage Rocks North, transition back and then along Burbage Rocks South. That puts us down into the bottom of Longshaw estate and into Padley Gorge, and then round the other side of that sort of lump in front of me over yonder, and then back up to that and then around, and either over that transition to Wark, which can be a bit of a mud fest, and then up to Higger Tor and then back around. So just like a 6 or 7 mile loop, depending on which path I take and which diversions I take or whatever as I go around. They used to use this as training in before World War 1 and 2, I think, and they used to lob mortars over onto Wark, so you've got mortar splashes on rocks, and in various of these rocks coming up the side of the main path down there, if you look, you'll see heavy caliber bullet holes where they used to use the rocks as back, I guess, back in the day. So you've got like 303s or 50 cals or whatever they had at the time. But quite a few. If you look around, you'll see various evidence of it. And I know down in the river bed down there's a bridge over yonder, and you can find shell casings, bullet casings and stuff periodically all get washed up, even today kind of thing. It's got to go down here now. It just starts to drop, and then it transitions over and up to there, and that's then Burbage Rocks South. And now we're just on the start of Burbage Rocks South. Various sort of paths off to the crossroads there at that big cairn, so you can go down and join the main path that way, or that way will take you over onto the green lane behind me and over to the ox stones over that neck of woods. So that's it, stay on this trail now, carrying on southish, just down to the sort of north end of Longshaw estate. A little bit quiet, not a bad day. I said a little bit windy, but nothing too dramatic, not too cold, all good. Steps like this, fine. Coming over the top of a bit of a quarried area. We did a bit of an abseil thing down here several years ago. Come here, Timmy. Off of this rock here. Which was all good fun. Let's come and have a faff again at some point. So I just abseil down, then run back round side and go again, kind of thing. Yeah, down off that chamfer and then drop down there. Still there? On that way. Randomly paint your rock blue. coming to the more or less the end of Burbage Rocks. About 500 metres to go, I guess. Probably not that. Start dropping down, but there's Fox House pub there. Starts descending now down to the road. Goes past like a water trough. Shortly, said trough in front of me. And that's the end of Burbage Rocks, north and south. And across the road now and into top of Longshaw. Top of Longshaw Estate. So if you carry on now along there, that pushes to another road, and then that carries on over to the lodge and the main estate. I'm going to turn right here and go down to the river. There shall be a waterfall as well, which you just walk across. She'll be in flow today, I would imagine. Wow, quite warm now. I would now just dropped off at top of Burbage Rocks into this bit of a woodland along shore. It's the wind's dropped and it's temperature's climbing. Quite a nice day down at this bit anyway. I shall be alright for the next hour maybe while I get up onto top of Surprise View before I get exposed again. So let's drop down this stream here, forms a bit of a waterfall which you sort of crisscross a couple of times. Clean my boots if no kilts. Get muddy again soon, I'm sure. Across this bridge, but I'll just have a walk back here to get a better view at falls. There's a path sort of up there. There we go. A bit of a fall. Alright, follow this bit of a stream, river, whatever it is, for a little while now. This is sort of the top end of Longshaw, and this light leads into Padley Gorge. Just descend into Padley Gorge a little while before I start to climb out to put me onto Lawrence Field. Got the lodge of Longshaw Estate up there. I got the like a cafe, toilets and so on. Got Higher Tor rocks up there, which is more or less roadside from the Surprise View car park. There's like a cut up a gully what takes you up over that way. We're not going that way today, we're going to carry straight on down the river a little while. That's where it gets busier because this is Padley Gorge, so everybody focal points. Quite a few cars at the lay-by. No ice cream van today, but seem to have left everybody behind, going the other way, which is a bit random. I'll keep an eye out for a path on the right. What's going to take me up a bit further down, I think. A bit squishy down here. sort of a path what kicks off up here to take me onto Lawrence Field. So it's all a bit, not sure if I'm on it or making my own, but as long as it climbs, then I guess we're going the right way. Keep treading on slanted tree stumps. It was skipping my foot from under me. I had to stay on my feet so far, but early days. So not the sort of clearest of paths. Quite a bit of deadfall. So I'll go into actually, I'll go through the gate. I want to, normally I'd stay along the top of this fence line, but come on. There's another gate at the far end, just on the bottom end of Lawrence Field. So it's supposed to be a stone circle in the middle of this lot. I've not looked for it for a few years, but couldn't find any actual remains of it. I think there's like one stone left, but it was quite overgrown, so it might be a good time of year to go and look for that actually. We ought bracken and everything bin low. Might have a chance of finding something. I'll have to put that on a mission and see if we can locate out. Let's go head down into the corner. There should be a gate, and then just walk up the other side of this wall back to that like chimney thing up there, and then just backtrack and drop into the woods back to the other side of the wall. That's where I normally go that way, but I cut into Lawrence Field to make it a little bit easier. But basically this is more or less the far point, I guess, because Burbage Rocks is over there. I'm parked at the far end of that, so I come all the way along Burbage, down through Longshaw, Lawrence Field. So I'm just going up to this chimney here and back, drop into the wood, back along underneath here, over there, up onto that rock outcrop behind the chimney, and then over to either Wark or Higger Tor, depending on ground underfoot. But I know the transition between Surprise View and Wark is a bit of a bog fest at best of times, so this time of year it no doubt will be. There you go, some sort of chimney kind of fair. Silver Birch forest. This comes over to Bolehill Quarry shortly. To 1, I'll get to the quarry and pull up a rock and have a cup of tea, I think. The trough. And Bolehill Quarry. There'll be a big rock climbing place. Pull up a rock. Sort of path up there what takes you up, especially onto that sharp corner. Surprise view just by the foot court, just after car park, depending on which way you're going, I guess. But on this section is crap loads of millstones in various states of completion. Racks on them. rows and rows of them, all buried under bracken and things. Down on the other side as well. And down there. Well, it certainly took them a while for them all to be just abandoned. Stop. Oh, bollocks. Just walked straight through a big pile of cow shit. Not much in where I was going. So just come across bottom of there, just had to backtrack along the road a couple 100 metres, and now on this trail what will take me underneath Millstone Edge. That's where it was all quarried. Look, you see where they've drilled and blown the face out, I guess. Drill holes, vertical ones out face and then into face. So if you're going to spare C4, take that off. Right, a bit of ups and downs now to get up and over these faces. Millstone half cut. So we're just under the cliff face of the Millstone Edge, so I just got to go up and down, or down and up a few more times and then climb out. I think that's the end one over there, so just got to climb up and out and push me to the fence line and then over to Wark Higher Tor on surprise view. A nice little ledge on there, bit out my pay zone to get to it. Carrying down this one. Nope. It's fine. Got down it better than me. A four-wheel drive, I guess. Alright, I think that's pretty much the end of that, and now it's the climb out. So that's that. Millstone Edge. Follow that path. It'll go along the top of the edge and then curl you around to surprise view car park.
My pleasure.
So we kicked in over Mother's Cap and over Wark Higher Tor rock outcrop, and you carry on down there. It meanders its way down and then intersects the main path, which I'll be heading to shortly. But first, over Wark Higher Tor. Over Wark Higher Tor, Wark Higger Tor, Ringing Low Road, so that's where you park for Stanage End. This trig point lit up there, that's Stanage Edge, over to High Neb. Derwent Edge, Bamford Edge, Win Hill, Kinder Scout, Alfort and everything over there. Kinder Edale, Loose Hill, over to Mam Tor, lot on the landscape, Hathersage, Rushup Edge, Abney Moor, Sir William Hill, Ian Moor, Wet Withens Trig, and then Mother's Cap, Longshaw estate. So we're on Surprise View now, so Longshaw's over there, that takes you over onto Froggatt, Kerber, White Edge on back. And then where I've come today, I'm parked right at the other end of that, just behind Higger Tor at the moment on that far end, so that's Burbage Rocks North. Transition, Burbage Rocks South, across the road over there, down into that woodland, into Padley Gorge, and then all the way around under the Millstone Edge up here. I say now I've got to go back along this path here, and then I've got to make a decision. I've either got to cut across to Carl Wark, which is what I want to do, but that's a bog fest in middle, or I'll carry on to Higger Tor and straight over. I'll have to make that up when I get into that neck of woods and see what we're up against. So now get back off of here. Millstone. So decisions. So there's Higger Tor. I could carry on around the sheepfold, and that put me up that path there onto Higger Tor Plateau, and then pretty much back over. Well, the main intent was to go over to Carl Wark first, but this will be there's a bit of a marshland to engage, which I'll sort of umming and ahhing, because it's usually boggy in summer when it's dry, so it'll, you know, I'm not sure what I'm going to hit when I get here today, but a couple of people I've just seen over there, so I'm assuming, maybe wrongly, that they've already crossed it. So it's obviously, I mean, it's going to be crossable, it's just how muddy it's going to be, so it's not going to be a major problem, but try and keep out of the so any deep bogs ideally. Now of course they could have come this way and gone, oh no, that's not passable, and gone back again, which has led me down a false path kind of thing. But we're here now. I could bug out and go left here and go up to Higger Tor that way as well, but I'll continue. It shouldn't be too bad. It'll be what it'll be, as long as it don't go over my boots. It's no major problem. But that'll get me up to Carl Wark, to do a circuit to Carl Wark, and then up and do a circuit Higger Tor up past Kit Kat Rock on this end. Should be okay until I hit this bit of a low ground, and then we'll see what we see. Here we are in the bogs. Try the old stay on top of the vegetation to displace weight trick. Well, it depends on what's under the vegetation, of course. That one don't look so clever. We're going, dog, this way. Send you across first. Oh, very spongy. Hey. I think we're past the worst bit. I'm going to get complacent just yet. We're climbing again now, so hopefully should get above the water course. And that, I think, is that. Back on dry land. Right, approaching Carl Wark. Carl Wark Hill Fort. see car from here. There's that wall I've just walked along, so there's a berm on this side. Just walk around the edge, plateau edge. See if we can find any of these mortar splashes. So that's Burbage Rocks north, where I went this morning. Up that transition, Burbage Rocks south, and then down to Padley Gorge. So you see it boom in the middle, and then all these shrapnel around the outside of it. If that's showing up on camera or not. So that's pretty much it for Carl Wark. Get to the end here, drop back down, and then up that path up to Higger Tor, back to where I came in. So I went round the plateau itself. What's that there? So Mother's Cap over Roller Tor, along there, outside of that sheepfold, over at Bogs, up to Carl Wark, which is that plateau just over there. And I just got onto the top of Higger Tor. Direct route to be that way, so across the plateau. I'm just going to do a circle at perimeter. Come to the end of Higger Tor. Came up over there, and I've just gone all the way around the perimeter. Just come straight across there to obviously cut it a lot shorter. Just final pushback. Job done. Dog can see the rabbit. Just trying to avoid the mud fest. Go between one path and another and see if this one's any better. So yeah, just gotta go down here basically to the edge of this car park. You can then go down the road, or you just drop in and out at streams, which is what I'll do, because I can wash my boots and wash the dog before he gets back in car. So I'm parked just over there, just over on this mall, and over here is a Wellington Bomber, about half a mile in. I pointed it out when I was a bit higher up. Make my way down here. Without slipping. Wait, come here. Come here, come on. Back at Upper Burbage. Uh, 8.23 miles. 3 hours 57 minutes.